Yo, what is going on, guys? This is the Ecom boss from my new place, and in today's video I'll teach you guys how you can sell a saturated product, because in a lot of cases I will tell you guys to run untapped products and just make it super hard for you guys to find a winning product because you can't run anything that is saturated. However, there are going to be ways for you to run a saturated product successfully, and when I'm talking about a saturated product, I'm talking about products you can find in Walmart. I'm just talking about really generic products that we've all seen over and over again. But you need to figure out the difference, because one thing is a saturated product, while on the other hand, it could be a saturated product, but it could be an evergreen product, just like an acne remover. An acne remover is going to be super saturated, but it's evergreen. People will always need it. So that is what we're going to talk about in today's video. I'm going to teach you guys how to run Facebook ads towards saturated products. You could probably apply this to Google as well, but this is a video on Facebook ads, saturated products, and also how to stand out. So if you're not running saturated products, you're still going to learn a lot, because I'm teaching you guys how to target and also how to stand out as a business. And I know that my hair looks super weird, but I didn't shower it today, so it just looks like it's all over the place. Just saying, I shower a lot, okay? Don't get me wrong, but I didn't do it today, so it looks kind of weird. Okay, I'm gonna put my beanie on. There we go, guys. Okay, so I know I look a little bit weird, but I gotta do what's best for me, okay? So if you want to get into the dropshipping coaching program, you can message me on Instagram here, and if you just want to follow me, you can also message me on Instagram. And I'm leaving for a crazy trip soon, so you guys just stay tuned here. I'm gonna bring you with me through the whole journey. So how do you sell a saturated product? This is a question I get asked all the time. Not necessarily how to sell a saturated product, but I'm seeing a lot of saturated products all the time because people are giving it to me, right? I'll get a lot of messages from people showing me saturated product, asking how to do this. And something I get all the time, or I hear all the time, and I heard this on YouTube as well, is no product is saturated. You just have to take a different marketing angle. Me personally, I don't believe in it fully, but I believe in it to a certain degree. Let's get straight into the tips. The number one thing you need to do when you are running a saturated product is to choose Facebook interests that nobody else is using. In a second, we're going to get into if you should even steal content and how you can get banned on Facebook. But number one is going to be the interest you choose. If you're selling a super saturated dog product for dogs and you're targeting the interest dog, and the product is sold for like $30,000 on AliExpress, well, you're just showing a saturated product to a saturated audience, because obviously everyone engaging with dogs on Facebook has now seen this product, because everyone who's running a dog product has obviously targeted dogs, which means the saturated product has already been shown to that interest. So if you're ever planning on standing out with a saturated product, you need to show it to an interest that has not seen this before, which means if you run dogs as an interest for super saturated dog products, it's probably not going to work. But once you get a better ad account, you start spending more on Facebook, you bring in more sales, and everything is getting optimized, maybe then it will work. So what I would do with a dog product that is super saturated, first of all, I wouldn't run it, but if I was going to run it, I would run this dog product to interests such as family and dog food, for example, because if everyone targets dogs and dog lovers, I could be targeting dog food. And I know I'm talking still quite generic interest, but you guys get where I'm going. Don't go for the super general interest on a saturated product, because that is most likely what your competitor is targeting, and he's most likely winning with that interest. You need to kind of develop your own interest, and this is one of the reasons I've scored so high in a lot of niches, especially healthcare. It's because I've been thinking outside the box, right? And I said this a lot of times, but let's just say I sell a product for healthcare when it comes to like pulse and oxygen. I would be targeting alcohol, and alcohol is not really related to an oxygen thing, but the people that drinks a lot of alcohol, they probably have to keep track of their health because they're not too healthy, right? So you're thinking outside the box, and you're finding people that is interested in healthcare. Yeah, they don't take care of themselves, but they're interested in healthcare. So you find a potential customer just by thinking outside the box instead of just targeting oxygen for an oxygen product, because it is generic. The second thing I want to teach you guys when it comes to selling saturated product is something you should not do. Do not steal other people's product descriptions. If you're just going to walk around stealing from people, Facebook is going to recognize that, and they're not going to favor you. And this is something I see all the time over and over again. And I've also heard it from Facebook that if you steal people's videos, your ads are probably going to be 90% less effective. So you won't really have a chance of winning, because this video is already in Facebook's system, right? Make sure you guys smash a thumbs up. Please just smash a like button and subscribe. But this video that you're stealing from someone is already in Facebook's system, right? So you're basically wasting your time running that product, because Facebook already has it in their system. And that means your competitor is scoring good with his own video. So custom content is going to be super important. You don't steal stuff from other people, and honestly it makes a lot of sense, right? It's just common sense. You don't steal stuff. When it comes to stealing a description, I don't recommend you guys to steal a description. I recommend you guys to make your own. Just take some paragraphs from AliExpress, for example. But if you really have to steal a description, steal some parts of one, make it into your own words, and then take another description, make it into your own words, and basically just combine a lot of different descriptions into your own description. That's honestly just you taking what's currently working, the 3 best descriptions you can find, into one. So you take the best best parts out of it. Now you have the best interest. You don't always have to reinvent the wheel. You could also run a saturated product. Another thing that is going to work super well when it comes to running a saturated product, just keep in mind you might not be in this position, but the more money you have to spend on Facebook, the more likely you are to work out your competition. So I'm just saying a bigger budget is going to make saturated products easier to work with, because if you spend $300 to run something everyone else is running for $70, well, you obviously have the advantage of winning with it. But one thing I gotta tell you guys when it comes to saturated products is that I usually see a lower ROAS. The profit margins will not be as high as they usually will be with an untapped product. And you guys have seen I've had profit margins of 72% net profit, and the reason I have that is always because I run untapped products. But this video is about saturated products, so obviously we're gonna keep talking about it. But as Facebook is getting stricter and stricter, they will keep banning you. So if you just steal from people, you need to take this serious, because I know there's going to be a lot of people out there that still won't take my advice from this. But if you don't take Facebook serious when it comes to banning you for stealing people's content, you're not gonna make it work. And your content, if it's stolen, is not gonna perform really good. So you can't do it. You need to order custom content. You need to order custom videos and just use pictures. Obviously, if the picture is from Ali, you can totally use your competitor's picture. Another thing that might help you stand out is if you can get the product cheaper. But keep in mind, your customer is probably not going to research your competitor's website, so he's gonna buy from you no matter what, which means it honestly comes down to your targeting once again. Targeting is everything. You need to be able to put a saturated product into an untapped market, right? And I've talked about this all the time, but let me use this example for you guys one more time if you smash the thumbs up like button and subscribe. So we had the beard straightener, right? A couple of years back, and this product has been saturated for ages, right? It's a product that straightens your beard. Pretty smart, honestly. But that product has been saturated for a long time. I saw that this product was saturated, right? So obviously it wouldn't be the best bet going worldwide with it. So what I did with that product is I took a saturated product into an untapped market. That market was Brazil. Brazil has never seen the beard straightener before, but in the US, everyone has seen the beard straightener. So I now took this super saturated product that obviously is proven to work because it's saturated, and if it's saturated, it's proven to sell. So I took the saturated product, run it into an untapped market, which is Brazil, who's never seen it before. And did they buy? Yeah, they bought like crazy because I put a saturated product into an untapped market. So the other thing you can do, as I told you guys earlier, is to put the saturated product into an untapped Facebook interest. That is the key. So if I were to sell a dog product, I wouldn't only target dog interest because the product is super saturated. So I'd think, who has a dog? If they're interested in the Facebook interest family, chances are they have a family and the dog is a part of the family. This will always be a bet, right? But Facebook will in some way figure out, let's say you target Justin Bieber. In some weird way, Facebook system will kind of figure out, not 100% accurate, but they will kind of figure out who inside of the Justin Bieber audience has a dog and keep going with that. Another thing that is super good when you're running saturated products is lookalike audiences, but that requires you an email list. That requires, you know, a lot of data, a lot of sales to even set up a custom audience. But if you have a lookalike audience, you're not targeting any specific interest anymore. You're targeting your own customer, and your advantage here is going to be your Facebook pixel. So if you're one of the guys who has a lot of sales on your pixel, chances are you can make a saturated product work, right? So if you sold the acne remover before, well, now we will have the opportunity to sell, for example, let's say a blackhead remover, a mole remover, because your ad account is sort of connected to that type of an audience, which means, guys, that if you have, let's say you have a winning product, you should have that ad account based on that niche of the winning product, which means, let's say that I have one winning product in skincare and one in healthcare. Well, then I will have one skincare pixel and one skincare ad account. So I'll have the skincare pixel on the skincare ad account, and I'll have the healthcare pixel on the healthcare ad account. If you don't have a winning product yet, if you're not killing it with dropshipping, I would not worry about this as for now. Then I would just take it later once you hit a big winning product, right? But if you're one of those guys, you know, your big advantage is going to be your pixel and your ad account. And what I told you guys earlier, like a minute ago, is the fact that if you sold an acne remover, chances are you could sell a blackhead remover because your ad account is optimized towards people that is interested in buying skincare type of stuff. And that is where your advantage comes in when it comes to running saturated products too. If you're favored by Facebook in a specific category, a specific niche, let's just say you're selling a painting product and you want to sell a saturated painting product, and you already sold a painting product. Now I'm saying painting a lot here, but if you want to do that, well, chances are it's actually going to be pretty easy. Of course, dropshipping will never be easy, but this is how the dropshipper just keeps making money. It's super simple once you hit your first winner because you just keep repeating the process and you have a better ad account. So it's super easy to hit the next winner because your ad account is already perfectly optimized and just make makes it easy to hit the next one because Facebook knows your ideal audience, so to say. And another good thing that I was talking about a little bit here, I didn't really get into it, is the lookalike audiences. Let's say you're running your purchase lookalike audiences, the LLAs, for an acne remover. Well, now you could just take those lookalike audiences for purchase and test the product with LLAs, with lookalike audiences. So if you used to run an acne remover with lookalikes, now you could use lookalikes to test a blackhead remover. And once you start getting data on the blackhead remover, you start to get to know the pixel just starts working well, right? Starts to find a lot of cool people in your LLAs. Well, start introducing cold interest. But lookalikes could be a good way for you guys to, trying to find a new product. And I keep telling people this all the time, like your pixel or your ad account is your most valuable asset. You could sell pixels for 7 figures. It really has happened like a lot of times. I've never done it personally though, and I don't know if I will, but like you can do that stuff. And your pixel is such a big asset. So a super important thing, and this is where I see with my students, right? Because I have some students, and in some cases they will not listen to me before it's too late, even though I tell them to do this. And the thing you got to do is you need to back up your pixel. You need to be an admin or one of your friends' business managers, for example. Just take your pixel out of your ad account and just store it at another business manager, because you need a business manager that could be your storage for the pixel. So if you ever get banned, well, you'll still have your pixel because you have your pixel connected to another business manager, which makes it so easy for you guys if you were to get banned. Because I've seen people scaling their stores up to 500k a month, and then they lose the product. They're not going anywhere anymore because they lost their pixel. So your pixel is your most valuable assets, and this is super related to running saturated products, because if you have a good ad account, Facebook is going to favor you, and it's just going to be way easier for you to win with it. And also the other things you can do, guys, is to make it more branded. You just appear more like a brand, and if a lot of people are selling it but they look like amateurs, you could try to make it better, always get in the Luke's reviews, and also just try to run it to other countries. I mean, chances are your competitors are probably just running United States or just running the top 5. So if you want to outwork them, I'd say try to run the products worldwide every time, because a lot of people are not running worldwide, but worldwide is where I see a lot of my sales coming in. And one button that is going to be key when it comes to running saturated products is the expand detail targeting button. You need to leave that button checked. Like this, check. Always leave it checked when you test the product. If you're targeting dogs as an interest, back to that again, and everyone else is targeting dogs, well, if you leave that button on, you're letting Facebook go broad and find people outside of the dog interest too, is like kind of related, and just let Facebook do its job. So I recommend going broad in each interest and using that button, because that means you're not really just stealing an interest or jumping on whatever it is that definitely gonna work for other people. You're kind of making it into your own, because you're checking on that button, which allows, some breathing room, allows Facebook to do their job and just spend your money. Those are the most important things you guys can do. Bigger budgets, custom creative is key. Don't steal stuff. And it's also going to be your pixel, your ad account. And I know you guys probably don't have a good pixel as for now. That is totally cool. We all start out somewhere, but I'll say saturated products, you're probably going to find a winner quicker than you find an untapped product winner, but it's a saturated product, the best winner. That is what you guys need to keep in mind, because the better winner will most likely be an untapped product, because untapped products is usually where you have the highest ROAS, the highest profit, and I just really recommend it. And I would probably not sell saturated products, but I've seen it over and over again. Saturated products making a lot of money, so I'm not against it. But personally though, this is not really my strategy, and it's not something I teach. But if you sell something saturated, you could also try to sell an evergreen product, right? Because some products will always sell, but a wow factor like selling the fidget spinner again, you're probably not gonna make it work. So that is it for today's video, guys. I'm the Ecom Boss, and it's a pleasure having you guys on the channel. I appreciate you all so much. And as I said, I'm gonna do some crazy stuff, start traveling really soon with my friends. So if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I'll motivate you guys. I'll bring you guys with me, and it's just gonna be a crazy journey. I'm back on YouTube full time, and my channel is going to be the best Ecom channel. So I promise you guys, I'm not gonna leave again, and you're gonna get the best content on my channel. So I appreciate you guys. Make sure to smash a like and thumbs up. That's the same thing. Subscribe, and you'll be seeing me in the next video. Peace. Subscribe.